I wish I had better memories for the slot car thing. It was one of the bigger hobbies that I had as a youngster. I remember being introduced to them. My mom brought me to a hobby shop down in Clearwater, and it was just the whole slot car thing down here was just becoming popular again. It's one of those hobbies, it seems, that it goes through phases where it becomes popular and then it loses popularity, then becomes popular again. At least down here. I know up north where people are snowed in or out of work for months at a time, hobbies tend to carry a lot better than they do here. So you have hobby shops down here where you take in the early 90s, late 80s, where slot car tracks were in most every hobby shop, to people slowly losing interest, and they switch over to RC, like radio control or airplanes or drones. I mean, I don't know what's in hobby shops now. I know some of the closer ones, the big deal's like an indoor dirt track for radio control. But again, for down here, I don't think the hobby industry for the southern United States is nearly what it is with the northern. But that's not the point of the story. What in the world? I think that mower's going wrong. Good Lord. So the neighbors across the street are selling their place. Thank gosh. They are they only live there like part-time, and they'd always like come home once a month for a weekend or whatever, and promptly get into an argument. You could hear the shouting throughout the neighborhood. I mean, their business is their business, but doesn't mean they need to have some rattly Haggerty on lawnmower messing up my video now, does it? So back to slot cars. There was a particular summer where I was very much into it. I had picked up a used flexi car, got a winged body for it, and I never participated in any formal races. I just do personal track times and hang out at the hobby shop that was across the street from my friend's house. Now, I had a Womp car that I would let him use, and I think I may have eventually sold it to him, which the Womp car was the first car that I got. My mom got me when she brought me to that hobby shop, and it had a Corvette body on it, and I think I lost interest with it because I like to soup up the motors a little bit, and the Womp, it's a 1/32 scale, I think it is, so it has that shorter wheelbase, making it very difficult to have a powerful motor in the acceleration. So Tim got the Womp, and I don't know what he ended up doing with it. Golly, those memories are somewhat a blur, but I do know it was essentially, it was about a half-mile walk to go to the hobby shop from my friend's house, and we spent a particular summer going to that hobby shop near daily, and just running those cars around and around and around. And golly, I remember I was so excited with the flexi car. I think I can't remember if the motor I got for it was the Hornet or the Wasp, but that whole summer in my flexi car, it sort of, call it like the summer of the Need for Speed. I mean, going from the 4 ohm controller to the 2 ohm controller. I think the idea is when you go to that lower impedance controller, you get more power to the track for your car. So you're increasing speed, you're increasing power. So between that 2 ohm controller and then the Wasp, Must have been quite a summer if my memory could just help me out with that. But the 2 ohm controller, I don't know if any of y'all were involved in that. Or of course this video is mostly for Mike, so the 2 ohm controller, we had to actually, or the hobby shop guy actually had to cut the top, so these controllers were like a little plastic pistol grip, and for the 2 ohm controller, it doubled up the resistors, the rheostats, and you would actually cut the top part of your controller out, and so the resistor would be poking out of the top. So instead of having this nice plastic protection for the heat of the resistor, you had a lower impedance, and it would literally jut from the top of the controller, and making it pretty quick, which may have been why I didn't race, because there's certain rules, and I think the 4 ohm controllers and hard body cars and that sort of thing wasn't really my cup of tea in my quest for juvenile top speed, because it had like a miles per hour thing on the track where it had literal miles per hour. So that is my slot car story. Probably stinks, but hey, I don't know. I liked it. I'm glad to get that off my chest. Good memories, trying to search them going back. All right, catch y'all in another video. See ya.